Good morning, everyone. Thursday, 6th of July, at 7:30. We are continuing listening back to tracks started since January and choosing what to work on next. I am looking at my Trello board now. We've got 68 cars left. I'll switch over in a second. Just want to say thank you to all my patrons. Flavio, Ianelli, thank you. I don't think I mentioned you on stream yesterday. Thank you for your support. I'm thinking of switching up Patreon slightly and adding some more tiers. Maybe a track feedback tier along with tuition tiers. Yeah, so if you're interested, links are in the description, as well as posting all the packs and stuff that I do. All the breaks and the content from his tutorial videos and streams where it's of interest. Hello, Blaketown. Yeah, I was woke up about 6:15. I thought I'm on a roll here, really. I probably won't. I don't know if I'll see how to. I might stream tomorrow too. Just I want to get these splurges listened to. Yeah, so we're here. We've got 68 to listen to. Okay, one of them was a dud from yesterday. I had thought about paying for Trello again so that I can attach working versions of the tracks on each of the cards and sharing that so that people could actually listen real time to me working on stuff. Okay, let's just crack on now because I think we're making good progress. And a few words before we do that. I try to listen to as much of the track as possible. I do it directly, so I'm not engaged with other things at the same time. So, people, if you've got a phone that's pinging all the time, just turn it off or don't give it your full attention. Give your music your full attention. Free from distraction. This is why I do it at this time of day, really. Even if I get an hour of focus time where I'm really in it is so much more valuable than 4 hours where I'm getting distracted and I'm watching tutorials and everything, and just for instance. But yeah, so this is all I do. Okay, I might vape. Might have a little vape while we're listening back to stuff. Okay, we're on Jungian now. Okay, I think I've heard enough of that one. Yeah, I kind of like that. Sounds like a bass I've made in Operator or something like that. And yeah, no, I'm going to sketchbook that one. Impossible Futures, we decided to move forwards. A lot of these were probably sketchbooked. We won't worry about that for now. Just going to... Nice little bass line and stuff, but... No, I just don't think... I don't think I want to give my time to that one now. They stay in here. Nothing gets thrown away. It's just... I'm choosing not to work on it now. Banana House. Okay, that... So a lot of... often with the kind of D&B that I sketch, or... You know, you're kind of formed by... You're formed by your musical memories and like all the musical experiences you've ever had, particularly kind of coming of age music and nostalgia, you know. And I think that a lot of the drum and bass ends up sounding like logistics together. But, you know, if I was going to work on that track this morning, I think I would. Like, for instance, what would I do? I kind of like the bass sound. I like how the bass sound's working. There's some nice little... We've got something nice going on with like that break sound there. You know, I almost feel like it could do with a melody and some pads and stuff like that. Maybe some vocal one-shots and stuff. Why don't we move it? Come on. Let's do it. Let's move it. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, did you like that one? Sometimes I like the I mean, essentially, you know, you could make it into a roller. And I think, you know, you could be quite, sometimes if you're not sure to do if you're not sure what to do with these ideas, you can just follow a formula, you know, just kind of follow a form, you know, lay out a track you like as a reference, kind of steal the arrangement from that. I think this is one of the things about arrangements, you know, like I know people really struggle with it. And I think my advice would be just like, don't worry about it so much. Just do anything. Copy you know, there are so many ways that you could just get a track from a loop to 3 minutes of music. Where be it if you just drag all the loops out, or if you jam it, or if you follow a reference. You know, if you just copy someone else's arrangement, no one's going to know. So much music is formulaic. And there's no right arrangement. There's no correct way to do it. Sometimes they'll experiment with the tuning of the samples during the jam, but this is, I'm kind of not scared of showing you everything. Vocals that are happening. Not sure. I wouldn't keep this title. Don't particularly love this synth either. You know, you can make it quite like, what might be nice is like really contrasting, kind of distorted drum sequencing. Yeah, they're good, aren't they? I like them too. Okay, like, yeah, I'm let's just get loads in here, and then we can just turbo cycle through all of them. Let's just like turn this into a production line once we've got them all over. Okay, hold on, that's going in. Hey Baldwin, you know, you never know what's going to happen, do you? Because that tune, Look Ahead, you know, you kind of just gave the title for. My friend played that on Australian radio the other day, so over on my Facebook page, that is. Goose Sensei, my Birmingham DJ friend. And just a friend. And he runs Into the Jungle, which is where I played the other night. And he's had some great artists there. Manifesto, John First, people like this. My voice, I'm not going to move that forward because that was kind of a Ned Rush. That was our challenge. Okay, but we can count that though. We can count that as a splurge for sure. All right. No sleep. That's my life. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I was like, you know, it's kind of and it like I've been last couple of days. I thought, oh, it's been really feels really great to do this and start listening back to all these old ideas systematically in front of people, and I'm excited to finish more music again now. I think I needed to get moving on with stuff because, like musically, that feeling of momentum where I'm because starting tracks is one thing, but you never kind of get into the detail and the creative problem solving that you end up doing once you're fully working on something, and like the detail and I feel like I've learned a lot the last few years with all of that stuff, with making better music. So I'm kind of keen to I want to finish more stuff now. No sleep. I remember this. I'm liking your new logo, Baldwin. thing, you can hear the kind of thing I experiment with doing, just... I mean, to me, this sounds like a jam track. And by that, I mean that it would be the kind of thing... One thing from playing live a lot recently that I've thought about doing is that for some tunes, I would make it into just a live piece, as in... I would just look to do a live performance recording with the APC or with whatever, maybe with... and to do it in one take and to have the arrangement flow out like that. And this is the kind of thing that sounds like that. But again, I think I am just channeling Bicep here, and I'm kind of not particularly interested in doing that at the moment. Not that, I mean, I like Bicep, nothing wrong with that, but, you know, we can always go back to working on these tunes. Just, I'm consciously deciding, no, I'm not going to go in that direction at the moment, so... Alright. Sklow. I think this is kind of some synthy thing. I'm going to move that. Now, some of these have been a bit cheeky, and I have listened back to them before, but I gave it a long break before I decided to kind of start listening to them again on stream, so there was some freshness there, but there are some that have just stuck out, and I'm like, no, I don't want to work on everything I need. Oh yeah, I did this for like a video. About a mixing video, mixing tutorial. I think I just wrote and mixed a tune in kind of one go. That's kind of a complete track, but again, I'm not going to do anything to that, and I don't think I'm going to release it either, so not yet anyway. Periodically I listen back to a lot of my old stuff, and like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm going to work on this idea or do something with it, and I just don't, and that's fine. I think as a producer, as soon as you let go of the need to finish everything, it's very liberating. If you write loads and loads and loads of music and just keep the ideas flowing, you know, it's like a river. It's like a, you know, flowing thing. You can't always capture everything and do something with everything. Some things just have to pass. They just have to bubble up. you work on them for a long time sometimes, and then they just dissolve into the distance, you know, and you move on, your sound changes and stuff, and you weren't necessarily meant to release, you know, you weren't meant to finish it or meant to release it. It was just part of the creative process, creative experience. High Key Taxi. Sometimes I write these things, I'm like, God, this is the best thing I've ever written, and then okay. Visions. I think we're coming on to some more jungly stuff now. So that one, I really like the chords that are happening there. I have a memory now of this when I was making this. I think I spent ages messing around with those chords and just couldn't find any kind of bass pattern that worked with them. I really do like the chords. We've got so many tracks we're working on. Maybe if we bookmark it. Okay, let's bookmark it. Can always come back to it. Xenospheres. This sounds good, doesn't it? It's a good title for some kind of... Yeah, I'm moving that one forward. Xenospheres. I like that one. Sublimate.
So sublime that I couldn't possibly begin to explain it. It was totally unforgettable.
okay, I'm kind of like going against what I said I'd do, which is listen to the whole thing, but I have had a cheeky listen, otherwise we would be here for ages. Fake output. Okay, some of these I was trying to do some kind of neuro stuff. I think this is one of them. Quiet because by that I mean like what's it, current value, like some of his neuro stuff. I think I made that. I'm pretty happy with that. That sounds pretty cool. Like that, I mean, God knows how I made that and listened to it. Yeah, okay. I mean, I really like everything that's going on up until that point. Let's move that one forward because that's going to be a tricky one that I'd like to explore that sound world more. So I am going to move it forward, even though, yeah, I'm kind of scared to... No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, it's like, so... How you doing, Sundog? It's kind of like... There was a track from an Aphex Twin Field Day playlist that was current value, and the song is called... I can never remember what it's called. It's got this just absolutely punishing neuro distorted bass, and I love that kind of sound, super techy, and I'm not really into the like techie drum and bass sound as a producer, like making it. But there's something exciting about trying genres you're not familiar with because it's just a whole new world to explore. Okay, so we're gonna move that one forward, fake output, because I really like the stuff that's going on around it. Before it kind of just goes, it sounds like I did something wrong. Okay, glass motion. I think it's a similar thing in this one. This I might have achieved better. I'm just gonna skip it a bit. Kind of like the drums and stuff, you know, they're happening for me. Yeah, this kind of thing. Bet more on the money here. But it just sounds a bit too like that current value track, so... sketchbooking that. Aurora. Yeah, it's kind of like I would play you the current... I'll look it up when we listen to this one. Yeah, not feeling that one. Yeah, the track's called Certainty by Current Value. And that's a good example of the kind of neuro sound that I'm not particularly into. Like it sounds less like bro steppy or that kind of D&B, and just a bit more like heavy metal or something. Okay, which one was that? Aurora. Oh, sometimes the titles are so promising and then it's just like, oh, this is not... Okay, how are we doing? I think we've got time for a couple more. Akari. Sorry, let's go. I've got this open on both screens. Let's go back here. Yeah, Dark. I think I've heard Dark. Is Dark Rain off the same? It's off like a similar EP. Like his stuff now is a bit more jump up, and I'm just don't really like that as much. But like that Consequences EP is just, yeah, like an absolute assault. And so when I listen to stuff like that, I am like, oh, I'd love to give it a go at stuff like that, because I feel like that's the way to kind of grow as a producer is to be trying these different things you're inspired by and adding your own flavour to proceedings. I really like Fanu as well. In fact, my live set, I stole a Fanu thing, because on one of his tracks he just samples Ready or Not by the Fugees, which is actually, I found out recently that the main sample from the Fugees' Ready or Not is actually an Enya song. The do 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 do, you know, the intro is an Enya track, and I was like, no way! I thought that was like some synth or something, you know. The track is called Boudica or Bodicea by Enya, and Fanu samples that in one of his tunes, and I just really like the kind of that jungle aesthetic, really brazen sampling, just lifting that straight. And he's got a really good Patreon as well, and I know there's some people who There's another patron, Simon, who's on that and has had some like one-to-one with Fanu. Yeah. Did you? Yeah. No, seriously. I was like, yeah, Enya. Because I was like, who sampled? I wanted to check the drums. I wanted to see if there was anything on the drums, although I suspect they were just programmed from samples, you know. And it's like Enya Bosia. I was like, no. And yeah, we'll have a quick look at it. It's actually in like because I was like, okay, I'm going to put it in, and there we go. Kind of know where it is actually from chopping it before. So I thought it was in like I did it in like complex mode, but actually it's just repitch at 170. So the track must have been at like 85 or something. Hopefully this works. Yeah, okay, and double the speed. Maybe I had to count it out. I think I did, didn't I? Just counting. I have to like line it up to be. Yeah, so of course at 170 and 85 it works with both things. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I like dropping these things in live sets as well. Because you can just add on some breaks. Yeah, so that is where the provenance of that sample actually. It's pretty cool. I was like blown away. I had to text my mum because I remember my mum had the Fugees, the score. That was where I first heard it. So Sundog, I often just go on whosampled.com for stuff like that. It's pretty good. Whosampled.com. Yeah, this is what like when you realise like loads of like the Bookham or the Goldie tracks are all just sampling like Detroit techno tunes and stuff like that. Which would be mad now. It'd be like sampling, I don't know, like well, no, I was going to say David Guetta, but it's not like that at all. Oh, is this Sundog? You're talking about Fanu? Yeah, you should. It's a great way. I mean, like, I have a day job too, but I don't know. There are some creators, do it full time. Makes a real difference. I think it's like, I know that, but like, Blaketown and Rain City Sounds are both patrons and have been for a long time. And thank you. I hope, it continues to bring value, and that's why I try and stream as much as possible as a bit of a motivator to everyone making music. But yeah, it means a lot. Patronage is huge. Yeah, Blaketown, I think you do. This is what I thought. Do you know what I was like, I need to listen to more Enya. It does go hard. That is an absolute like yeah, and of course, so my mum had Orinoco Flow. Got a lot to thank my mother for, actually. She had, I remember she had Nevermind, and I liked it because the cover, it had the baby on it, and it was, alluring as CD covers were back then. And I was like, what the hell, what is this? Like a naked baby in a swimming pool going after $1, and I think I put it on the CD player when I was probably about 10, 11, and it's got the, it's got like this little scratchy thing, and you're like, this is strange. It's like slightly weird sounding chords, and then you just got the, the drums just unlike the kind of the drop. And I remember being so excited by it. I took it to like a sleepover that I was going to. And my friends at the time were just kind of nonplussed by it, but original jungle samples, nice. I might have to check that out. Okay, we'll do one more, and then let's do one more. I think this just ends up sounding like Sully. I was quite pleased with the bass sound I got in this. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thank you. Okay, so I really like that one, but it does just sound a bit like Fives by Sully. I like the bass sound I've got in that. For now, I'm just going to bookmark it. Should we just go, let's just pick a random one now. I might as well continue consistently. Typical UK bass. Thanks, Baldwin. Yeah, I will, for sure. Still haven't forgot the Astrophonica break. pack link up thing. Curiously, another patron was involved in the making of that pack for our Spitfire. So well noticed. It sounds like a mix of it's got the bass line from LFO versus Fuse. I kind of like that bass line. I love that LFO versus Fuse loop. I'm going to move that one forward. Okay, we've got we're getting quite a nice little short list now. Few EPs from this, I think. Sundog, yeah, that's often what happens. I do just end up playing my own music, but I think it seemed to mind actually. In fact, they kind of asked for it now. They've got favourites and stuff. So, it's taken a long time to kind of, if you're playing tunes to friends is great actually, and having a kind of feedback loop like that, and one of my nice little tactic is to just put stuff on when as part. If you're just hanging out with friends or whatever, or if you're at a party and you slip one of your own tunes on, if no one notices, that's a good thing. That's really good feedback, because they just think they just take it as something someone's put on. If people are if people do ask if it's you, I'm always a bit did they notice that it wasn't quite up to scratch with the other music we've been playing? But the best feedback is when they're like, "This is good. Who's this?" And then it's me. That's the best feedback you can get. So yeah, when you have friends over, always slip, if you've got tunes you're working on, slip one on. See if anyone see what the room says. There is also something about just being in the room with other people and having something playing. I find I can just pick up on a vibe for stuff, even on stream. There was one track yesterday, Impossible Futures, and even just listening back to that was I could just sense that one was that was a good idea, and the chat liked it as well. So yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, just all of these sound like just beginnings. They sound just like sketches of stuff where I want to work on it to bring it up to quality. I think it's it's like something like a house or something like a living quarters. You can. I know I'm one for analogies, but you could live in a tent, and it would be fine. It would protect you from the weather and stuff. But like, it's pretty basic. And then maybe you could have like pretty rudimentary shack or one room cabin or something, and it's going to have maybe more creature comforts. But again, you know, it's fulfilling the same function. It's somewhere you can live, somewhere you can, you know, a shelter. And then you know, you can go up to like a mansion, and it's like the quality of the finish and the amenities, and it's not a perfect analogy at all, but I guess what I'm saying is like it functions as a piece of music for sure, but like there are just kind of finishes and things to make it even more of an impact as a piece of music, you know, communicate even more on a human level. That's always what I'm looking to develop. Yeah, that's the best feedback you can get, for sure. I think as soon as you've got it in a state where it's viable to, you know, it's not super quiet or whatever, and you can just put it on with other music. Yeah, definitely play it to people at parties, and best way to get feedback, for sure. Feedback's so important. Sooner you can play stuff in front of people, the better. Yeah, I think there can be a tendency sometimes when I'm just going to read your comment. Sometimes when I tell them that it's my track and make them listen, they compare it with other OG artists like Tom and Roland. Since they don't make it, they think it's easy, but then it shatters me. I would say that yeah, like people often compare and stuff, and I think that's part of the journey. That's part of the journey, because I think now I've been making music so long that things have just inevitably, like I've kind of ended up with a bit of a sound, and I can hear it myself. You know, I kind of and really, you know, you don't want to be compared, do you? You don't want people to make a comparison. You want, even though they will, you want them to make a comparison and be like, well, it doesn't sound like any of those things, or it sounds a bit like them, but it sounds more like you. Yeah. Okay, I am gonna call it there, people, because I'm gonna start my day. I hope this is proving illuminating. Before I go, let's just have a look at how many we have left now. Trello is a bit slow because it's so bulky, because there's like, I don't know, gigabytes of tracks in here. Okay, 52. We're almost halfway there. That's great. I think we want to get through all of them for now. You know, if we don't get through all of them, we could do something radical, like just sketchbook them all, just work on these ones. But there's a couple of other things I want to finish as well. These done tracks, I don't want to do anything with these yet, so they're going in my sketchbook. This Born to Die remix, Lana Del Rey, I want to finish that. I think that might be the next thing I actually work on stream. But yeah. Okay, yes, I'm definitely going to call it there. Thanks everyone for checking in. Range City Sounds, Blake Town, Song Dog, good to see you at this time in the morning in the UK. It is early. Continually thinking about how I can make it a more convenient time for people. And it will happen, I think, all in time. Just do this naturally, organically. It's the best way to do it. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. Thanks everyone. Thanks for my patrons. All the links in the description for music and everything else. Have a great day. I'll see you around.